The Mauler Twins are a criminal scientist duo in Invincible, serving as the secondary antagonists of Season 1, and episodic characters in Season 2. Contrary to the name, the Mauler Twins are not really twins. In truth, Mauler was a mad scientist who perfected a process to clone himself, intending to have someone around that shared his intellect and could competently help with his fringe science experiments. Since it's never stated how many times the cloning process had occurred and there's no evidence to suggest that the twins' first appearance included the true original, in all likelihood, the Mauler who provided the genetic template for every clone may have died well before the start of the series. One sticking point of the twins' methodology is that every new cloning must conclude with the creator and the new clone being mind-wiped so that neither one of them knows who's the clone and who's the original. They themselves have admitted that it never ends well when a clone knows they are one, since it inevitably leads to infighting and resentment toward the original, as the clone is considered to be inferior. Consequently, this could drive the clone to terminate the original for its position. The Maulers commit crimes to fund their insane science experiments, usually threatening people in the process. The fact that they once laid siege upon the White House in an attempt to target the POTUS shows that they don't even fear the potential ramifications of destabilizing whole countries and/or upsetting global politics in accomplishing their goals. Due to the cloning process, each pair of Maulers are physically identical, with no noticeable differences that would set one apart from the other. The Maulers are blue-skinned humanoids with a highly pronounced muscular body and very tall, easily dwarfing most humans, aliens, and other sentient beings. Each one has broad shoulders and shaved heads with square facial features. Their main article of clothing is a black, sleeveless leotard with a white hem stretching from the chest all the way to their legs. The pair always walk barefoot. They will sometimes put on a long, white lab coat and wear safety goggles during an engineering operation. They also have black-colored fingernails and toenails. As of a lesson for your next life, the surviving Mauler had the right side of his body melted by the destruction of Angstrom-Levy's somatic encoder, rendering it uneven and marked with pocks and ridges. His skin has turned a discolored grayish color, with visible, bulging purple veins. The skin on his face is visibly sloughing downwards, at some parts exposing the bone underneath, including his teeth and part of his jawbone. His right eye is missing, with the empty eye socket partially obscured by his sloughing brow. The pair come across as callous, opinionated, and overconfident until they're confronted with adversity. And due to them being literally of one mind, with one's consciousness technologically copied and then transferred into the other, their coordination whenever it counts is borderline seamless, allowing them to achieve undeniable efficiency when working in tandem. Such that it is not even uncommon for them to finish each other's sentences back and forth, even when the two Maulers are in conversation with someone else. Contrary to what is seen, they are not downright evil and are simply driven by a dangerous thirst for knowledge as well as privacy. They can be convinced to work for anyone who offers them sufficient payment, incentive, or a chance to further that urge. Despite their high intelligence, the Maulers tend to be short-sighted and arrogant, often making mistakes that they never predicted. Despite their behavior, they are not completely heartless. This is demonstrated when the two seem genuinely saddened upon seeing Rudolph's clone interacting with his original self, explaining in no uncertain terms the issue with knowing which one is the clone, and before that, they even solemnly explain to the original Rudy that the memory transferal he was about to undergo will not transfer his consciousness into a new body, but rather awaken a new version of himself that is completely separate and perhaps very different from the predecessor. Their encounters with Robot and Angstrom-Levy resulted in the surviving Mauler never wanting to work for anyone else. This could be what prompted him to elevate himself above the clone using his scars, which went against the nature of the twins, effectively creating a Mauler that was seen as inferior amongst the two. From underground, the Mauler twins rise, but one complains that he should have checked his clone's calculations, since they were supposed to be inside the building. The other one gets angry and complains that he is not a clone. They are shot at, but they are unfazed. From the twins' left, Steve shoots him, and shakily orders him to back off. The twin approaches him, and Steve shoots him once again, injuring him this time. Before he could kill Steve, the Guardians of the Globe arrive and evacuate the civilians while they fight the Mauler Twins. The twin whose eye was missing asks War Woman if she could not have sat this fight out and let them kill the president, but she tells him that it was not her style. The heroes help civilians evacuate while the twins broke through the walls to make it inside. One of the twins throws a woman, so Darkwing catches her. However, when they fall to the ground, the twin throws a tank, which forces him to use his strength to protect them both from being crushed. He was not able to get them both out, so he managed to get the woman out using a grappling hook. When it appeared he would be crushed, Omni-Man lifted the tank and helped him get out. The Mauler Twins kept on fighting the heroes, while they helped every civilian escape the White House. Soon it was just the heroes against the twins, who were swiftly defeated once they had no more civilians to distract the heroes with. The Maulers exhibit tremendous physical strength, endurance, and stamina. They are capable of effortlessly lifting industrial-grade objects made of solid metal and other dense materials that are equal to or even larger than their own size, without experiencing fatigue. Additionally, they handle military-grade firearms, such as mounted cannons and machine guns, with ease. Despite their slower movement due to their massive frames and considerable weight, their legs possess a high muscle mass, enabling them to leap impressive distances and heights within a few seconds, as demonstrated during their prison escape.